All right. Hello, everybody. This is Joe Thomas. It is Sunday night. It's about 9:40, so a lot of you are getting ready for bed and getting ready to get up the next morning and go in and work, go in and teach, or do whatever it is you do in school. I want to do a little bit of a different kind of video tonight and talk about the upcoming election. I received my early ballot. You all can see it right there. Whoops, upside down. Never show stuff upside down. Got my early ballot in the mail, like many of you all did, and I was looking at it today and thinking about the possibilities we're going to have in the 2018 general election. And I wanted to talk to you all a little bit about that because elections require that we make choices. And tonight I want to talk to you about why I, Joe, am going to be supporting David Garcia for governor. I want to talk to you a little bit about why I think that he is the best candidate for governor and why I believe he will win in the general election. So first off, I've known David for a long time. He listens, especially to educators. He's worked with educators for most of his career. David is the kind of guy that asks questions, like educators do. He looks for answers, tries to find solutions to problems. He doesn't come in knowing everything. He's going to find the right people to help him when he's elected to drive a better economy and invest in schools a lot better. And I want someone like that leading my state because we have a lot of work to do. And we're going to need everybody involved. And we're certainly going to need someone that will listen and make sure that the best ideas make it to the top. David's also courageous, and this is what struck me from day one. David launched his campaign right after the governor, Ducey, and Betsy DeVos passed vouchers here in Arizona. And that was the flashpoint for his entire campaign. His whole campaign is around education, and that inspires me. It's not just that he's seen what's gone on in the spring. David was out way in front of this. And so he's made funding public education a real important part of his platform. And he took that cue from us in the movement, in the Red for Ed movement, because when we went out for Invest in Ed, David not only jumped on early and supported it, he helped us with signatures, going out into neighborhoods and talking about the importance of having a strong education system so all of our students in our state would have access to a great public school. I like a candidate that's unwilling to play it safe. I like a candidate that takes risks just like you guys did, right? I mean, when David launched, the status quo just said, what are you doing? You can't be governor. Just like when we started talking about taking a stand for our students, so many people said it wasn't going to happen, we weren't going to be able to do it. But when you believe in something enough and when you're on the right side of it, you do prevail. And so I really believe David is the right, courageous leader for this state right now. And David's an educator, right? I mean, he works in the College of Education. He works with educators he has for years. And really, what better victory for the entire Red for Ed movement, which in Arizona has inspired people across the nation, and not only for us to elect all of these candidates running for legislature that are educators, but let's put an educator in the governor's office to top off a year of incredible activism where, when we pass Invest in Ed, we will have done in a year more than anybody else in this state has done in 30 years. We will have invested $1 billion in education, and we have the opportunity to send educators to the legislature, and we have an opportunity to put an educator in the top office in the state. So I think those three reasons are just fantastic. I think they give David the upper hand. But it's not just about winning on one side. It's about winning in November. Now, elections are really about three things: money, message, and a movement. And we need to understand right now that nobody is going to outraise the Koch brothers and Betsy DeVos. They are going to protect their voucher investment. They are going to protect their unbridled free enterprise investment, and they're going to raise millions and millions and millions of dollars in this state, and nobody's going to match that. So money's not going to be the strong point of any campaign on the side of public education, on the side of someone that's going to champion it. But that leaves message and movement. And David's message is clear. It is about investing in a quality public school system to drive a better, stronger, fairer economy in the state. And it's not just about, public schools, but CTE courses and JTEDs and higher ed, and having access to get what it is you're going to do next in your life and not be saddled with a lot of debt. That's where David's showing courage and really get out in front and connecting education to the economy at a time when people are really paying attention to that message. And that message is driving one of the strongest movements I've seen in a long, long time for a governor. David has built the largest volunteer base for any candidate running for governor. It is statewide, it is in every county, and they are knocking on doors, and they have registered voters, and they are getting people inspired so that they will go out and they will vote in this election because they see someone that listens to them, that champions education, and it's going to build a fairer economy. And I'm excited. I don't get excited about this kind of stuff very often, but I really am right now. Elections make us make choices. And because of his courage, his willing to stand up for education, his willingness to listen to educators and see that our solution, Invest in Ed, is one that he can champion. Because he has a fantastic movement that is going to really push him over the finish line. And because, most of all, he's this throwback candidate that really listens to people, David is my candidate for governor. And I really believe in 2018 we have an opportunity to not only elect educators to the legislature, but to elect an educator as governor. And that guy for me is David Garcia. So this is Joe. I just had some thoughts. I wanted to put them out there. Thank you all for paying attention. And I hope that everyone votes. I hope that everyone finds a candidate that they can support. And I hope that some of what I've said has helped you with a difficult decision that lay in front of you. We have to put the best person on that November ballot because we have to be ready to win and to capitalize on all of this education discussion and the Red for Ed movement. And we will change the course of education in Arizona's history, not just for 4 years, not just for 8 years, for a generation. So everybody get some sleep. You got to get up and teach those kids and work in the district tomorrow. I hope you have a great evening. I hope you have a great week. I'll talk to you later.